Hi friends, it's Fly Girl VSG coming into you. I wasn't going to actually make this video today. I know yesterday when I did my update, I said I was going to, and then I went through this day and decided not to, and then I decided to do. So here I am. I don't have any notes. I'm just kind of winging it here, but I have some stuff that's been on my mind, and I think that there's a lot of people who can relate. So I just thought I'd share. It's actually really hard to talk about these kinds of things because, again, I can't really speak for anyone else specifically, but I believe that most of our relationships with food are complicated. It's not so cut and dry. Most of us, myself specifically, since I'm the only person who really experiences this versus knowing for sure if anyone else does, but didn't get fat because we didn't love food, right? Or didn't get fat because we didn't use food for comfort or use food to serve some other purpose other than fueling our bodies. And that doesn't go, we all know, we've all heard that it fixes your stomach, it doesn't fix your mind, it doesn't fix your brain, it doesn't fix that relationship with food. And I've heard it, I've said it, and it's very different to hear it and say it than it is to really experience it. And I've experienced it throughout the last, what am I? Almost 14 months out yesterday. Oh my gosh, yesterday was my 14-month anniversary. I forgot that, you guys. Yay. I've definitely had bouts of overeating and bouts of making wrong choices and drinking too much, not drinking enough water, not exercising, all that stuff. I know that comes as a shock, but it's true. So what got me started on this topic right now is, I guess some reflection while I was doing the Whole30. I had some more time to myself in January because I wasn't going out or seeing a lot of people because I couldn't drink or eat really. Like I probably went out 3 times in January, all of which I brought my own food and, didn't participate in any adult beverages. So I had, lots of time at home to just kind of think and reflect. And I felt really great doing the Whole30 for probably 3.5 weeks. I did great. No cravings, no sugar withdrawals, nothing. And I say sugar withdrawals not because I eat a bunch of sugar in general, but because I ate a bunch of sugar and drank a bunch of alcohol in December. So I thought I might have a little backlash with that, but I didn't. So I was really pleased. However, about 3.5, we're ending week 5 now. So, and we're not on the Whole30 anymore, but we're still pretty much eating whatever's around. So we're close. Last Wednesday or so, I was getting really frustrated with my desire to eat, my drive to eat. I wanted to stuff my face full of food, and I wanted to stuff my face full of macaroni and cheese and cookies and ice cream and burgers, not with avocados and smoothies and green juice. So here's something that I think I've noticed. When I was fat, or I guess I should qualify that as saying before surgery, I would go through phases for most of my adult life of binge eating. And, sorry, I have a little nose tickle. Look at that. Look at that. See, I know L2, I'm totally squirrely. Okay, it still blows my mind. So I have to take every opportunity I can to pet my neck. I would go through phases, and the phases they were never really shorter than a month. They were sometimes as long as 9 months, where something in my brain would switch on, and I would have to eat and eat and eat and eat and eat and eat. And then it would switch off. And it's not that I never didn't care about food when that switched off, or that I even made better food choices, but I didn't have to binge eat. That pleasure center, whatever that neurological switches in the brain that led me, that it wasn't that it led me or motivated me to eat. It was a drive. It was like an addiction. It was absolutely beyond my control. And I say that in the sense that I was constantly bargaining with myself. Well, if I eat this salad for lunch, then I can have McDonald's for dinner. Or I really want Carl's Jr. So I'm going to go home and unload my stuff. And once I get home and pull the car into the garage and do all that stuff, I still want to go out and get fast food, then I can. And I usually did. Or I'd order in pizza. Or I'd walk down to the restaurant down the street and get Hawaiian food. Like, it may not have been fast food, but I find a way to talk myself out of that compromise. And then that switch would somehow go away and I'd feel better. And I would still make those food choices, but I wouldn't have to eat to the point of being physically sick and uncomfortable. And I've seen many a therapist to try to figure that out, because I thought knowing why I did that or how that happened was the key to me losing weight. Turns out it wasn't, because here I am. And when I say here I am, I mean I still have that. I didn't expect that I wouldn't. I expected that I would. I guess I kind of thought I would cross that bridge when I get to it. And I've had maybe no more than 2 weeks of bad eating in a row. You know, most of the time I'm on par. And most of my meals during the day will be on par, and then I'll kind of like veer off at dinner or whatever for a little while, but never to the point of eating like fast food and fried food for months like it was pre-surgery. Mainly because I physically can't, which I'm so grateful for, honestly. However, I think last week it turned on. Really turned on for the first time in a long time since surgery, I think. And I think the reason why it's so loud right now, it's taking up so much space, is because I can't eat. Before, that switch would turn on and I would go and I'd stuff my face, and I would do it for however many months that I would do it. And it comforted me every time. And so every time I was so full to here, uncomfortably full, because that was part of my addiction, was volume. I had to eat more, it was never enough. The first time I ever felt hungry, not after surgery, but just in general, it was a shock, because I had no idea what that felt like. And that was a long time, different exercises I did to explore that. But anyway, I'm getting off track. So my notes help me. So because I can't go out and eat 6 cups of food, and I can't go out and even really eat an entire fast food burger, I can't really even go out and eat a pint of ice cream. I just can't. And the sugar and the fat and all that stuff make me sick. I can eat some ice cream. I have, and I have. Not that I've ever felt well, but I have. And I can eat some things. I can eat an individual serving size of macaroni and cheese. But I used to eat a box of macaroni and cheese and a chicken thigh and peas or something like that. A completely useless vegetable, but delicious nonetheless. I used to eat a whole box of macaroni and cheese and other food with it. It's a lot of food for anyone, not just someone who's overweight. It's a lot of food for anyone, or no matter what. So I have indulged in those things, but I want more, and that's where I'm at right now. I want more. And I have been thinking about food obsessively, to the point where I am dreaming about food. I am dreaming about macaroni and cheese and fast food. I think I've had Dairy Queen ice cream and a small fry and a bite of something else at McDonald's since surgery. That's it. I think about Carl's Jr. every day. I love Carl's Jr. $6 burger with the sweet pickles. Oh my God. I think about it every day. And it's almost like a beautiful torture. I really love thinking about it now. It used to drive me crazy. And it's starting to drive me crazy again, but for the most part, thinking about it and wanting it and dreaming about it has been enough, and not indulging. But anyway, my point is that I've been obsessing about food. I think about it all the time. So when I made my update video yesterday, my intention was to come on and talk about this and kind of get your thoughts and feelings on your experience with this. Everyone's obviously path has been different leading us up to this point, right? Your issue may not have been volume. It may have been fast food. It may have been fried food. It may have been soda. It could be that you ate great, but you ate too much sugar or whatever. Or maybe none of those things. Maybe, maybe none of those things. But how you cope when those urges hit you. And I'm not just talking about, you can respond to this as well, but I don't mean like I'm at a restaurant and I can't resist to have the fry, and so I have the fry. I'm talking about the desire to literally just fucking dive into something and eat all of it. And I don't, and I can't, but it's not that I haven't tried. Honestly, being even on the Whole30, I've eaten when I'm not hungry just for the sake of eating, because I want to eat. I have overeaten to the point of throwing up just because I want to eat more. And when I'm talking about more, I'm talking about instead of having a cup of food, I have a cup and a half of food. You know what I'm saying? Or I don't chew well enough. It's certainly not a crazy amount, but that's not the point. The point is the psychological drive to do so. It's not like I didn't notice I was eating more than I needed, or that I whatever. So last night I went to Zumba. It was my first workout in a week, and I went to Whole Foods afterwards, and I was thrilled to go to the salad bar, and I was going to get some stuff, and I brought some salad makings home for me and my boyfriend to individually make some salads for last night's dinner and today. That was my intention. I did do that. I did get the salad bar stuff. And it's so funny because I told myself that I was going to make this video. And here I go engaging in the very behavior that I'm so ashamed of. And I'm fessing up. I'm fessing up because I'm embarrassed. I'm embarrassed by this. But if I can't tell you, then who can I tell, right? And I guess that's why I'm telling you. So I go to the Whole Foods salad bar. I get a chicken thigh for my boyfriend and I to split. It was a big thigh. It was awful. And in a separate container, like a soup container that was small, I got about this much, probably 4 bites of that Whole Foods delicious, super cheesy macaroni and cheese. Because I've been thinking about macaroni and cheese nonstop for almost 2 weeks. Week and a half. I had already picked up 2 individual serving sizes of Annie's organic macaroni and cheese, which is what I eat when I want macaroni and cheese. I've probably had 10 of them. I've probably had one every month or probably one every other month since I could eat it. So, once every 6 weeks. I don't think that's a bad, for one meal, not so bad. I feel good about that. I don't eat pasta out, whatever. Anyway, I'm making excuses, but I don't feel bad about it. But I got it. And that's not the problem. The problem isn't the 4 bites of macaroni and cheese. The problem is the behavior that came after, which is that I put it in a separate container. I had the clerk bag up certain things, including my individual serving sizes, separately. That bag sits in the car right now. I did not bring it in. I bought a cookie, which I hid in my purse. I got a fork at Whole Foods, and I ate the macaroni and cheese in the car before I left the parking lot. And then I hid it at the bottom of my trash can in the car. So no one would see. Who's going to... My boyfriend's not going to judge me. He'd probably give me some shit because we've been eating so clean. But at the end of the day, he doesn't care. And that's the sort of shit that I do. I will eat something and then I'll hide the wrapper at the bottom of the trash. I mean, I've done that with candy since surgery. I'll get a bag of M&Ms at the grocery thing. I'll eat half or more likely the whole bag, and then I'll hide the package in the bottom of the trash can so no one can know I did it, even though I have a stomach ache for 3 hours or dump and have to take a nap or whatever. And normally I catch myself in that behavior and I'm ashamed and I'm guilty and I try not to judge myself, right? I mean, I can't always control what neurological things are going on. And motivation and sheer determination sometimes just isn't enough. And I always have ramifications from those choices, right? Which is why the sleeve is so fucking amazing, because normally I would eat 3 bags of M&Ms, not 1. So, you know, I've lost almost 115 pounds, and I eat 1 bag of M&Ms every now and then. That's okay. That's okay. It's the behavior surrounding the M&Ms. Why am I not eating M&Ms in front of anyone else? Why do I have to hide the bag? Why am I ashamed of the M&Ms? Why am I ashamed of the 4 bites of macaroni and cheese that I had? 4 bites. It's not like I ate even a single serving size of macaroni. I mean, but I had to do it before I got home, before my boyfriend could see, that's about me. That's not about him. And on the flip side of that, like, I went to the movies and all I wanted to do was like dive into the freaking popcorn bin and stay there and be like, call me next week. I'm eating my way through this popcorn. And I didn't. I brought sunflower seeds and chicken salad and pistachios and dark chocolate if I wanted chocolate. And I did have some candy while I was there. I had a couple bites of someone else's candy and I didn't feel good right away. I didn't feel good. And so I stopped and I felt really proud of that. But I don't really know what's going on with my obsession. I feel like it feels very acute right now because I can't comfort myself the way I used to when that switch got turned on. I feel that switch got turned on. I want to binge. I want to eat. I want to be left alone with it. I want to curl up in the corner of a room with a fucking bucket of chicken and growl at anyone who comes near me. That's how I feel. And it's so bad that, like, I'm staying up at night, like, thinking about food, dreaming about food. I'm anxious. I'm crying because, like, I can't, you know, I'm not crying, like, all the time, but I have cried. And I'm not a crier. And this is taking a lot. I'm sorry for me to tell you this because this is really, really embarrassing. I'm mortified that I have this behavior. And of course, I'm also terrified that it's a slippery slope, right? That's how I feel. Like, it's a slippery slope. Like, how do I know at what point those 4 bites of macaroni and cheese or 1 individual serving sizes of macaroni and cheese turns into 3, turns into pizza, turns into whatever. You know, I don't know. If I don't have this tool, I'd already be down it. I'd already be down that road. But I don't see this tool as being a guarantee against going down it. You know, I'm already up this week, which I'm not too worried about. I don't think it's because of my 4 bites of macaroni and cheese and my, 8 junior mints at the movies or whatever. But it's scary. And I'm not sure that anything I'm saying is at all useful or if I'm just embarrassing myself and I'm going to lose all my friends. But that's the truth. That's the truth about me. And that's the truth about where I'm at with food right now. I am happy in my life. My relationship is better than ever. My job is better than ever. I love my family. I have good people in my life who love and support me unconditionally, both in my regular world and my weight loss surgery world. And then I have this, right? That haunts me. It haunts me. So anyway, there's no question here for you, but I think other people can relate to this, and it's really hard for me to admit that I have fault when it comes to this. It's one thing to say I ate too much or I made a poor choice or whatever, but it's a complete other thing to be like, I sneak food, I hide food, I have a drive I can't explain, that I am in acute misery from thinking and obsessing and like wanting, you know. I mean, I really want that bucket of chicken. I don't even like fried chicken. I mean, I love fried chicken, but anyway, I'm just going to stop there, and I would love to know if any of you guys have the same experiences. I would like to just be able to, I think the powers in the numbers, right? A little bit when it comes to this, maybe if we all admit to what some of our weaknesses and vulnerabilities and things that scare us are, maybe they won't be so big, right? Maybe we can laugh about it and find someone else in our lives to talk to when we're weak. Added support, right? I mean, I just think that maybe if we take away some of the shame, then we don't have to be so hard on ourselves. And it's that vicious circle, right? Of I want to eat, so I eat, or I have a drive or whatever to eat, and then I do, and then I feel guilty, and then now I feel the shame and guilt, and now I feel bad about myself, and to comfort myself, I have to eat, and so on, and so on, and so on. How many times have you done that? I've done that more gazillion times. You know, I feel pretty good about not participating in that cycle overly much since surgery. I've been kinder to myself than that. But as these behaviors have crept up over the last couple of weeks, and the urges, even if I'm not participating in eating or eating the way I want or eating what I really want, the thoughts are overwhelming me, and there's a lot of guilt and shame in them for me personally. So anyway, 22 minutes. There you go. Probably one of my longer videos, hopefully. And yeah, so I appreciate your support. I appreciate for listening. And, you know, let's debunk some of this a little bit. If you guys feel the same or have similar experiences, let's come together as a community and share that a little bit, just to know that we're all in it together, right? I mean, we all have shit, and we all need to treat each other, but mostly ourselves with gentleness, you know? All right, you guys. Well, I hope you guys have a great weekend. I was supposed to go snowshoeing tomorrow. Tomorrow. I am not doing that because there's no snow on the mountains. Then I was going to go hiking, but there's going to be raining, 90% of rain. I know, right? January, February in Portland, Oregon, rain. Weird. So we're going to brunch instead. Activity, food. Go figure. And then I'm going to spend some time with family on Sunday. So I'm really excited about that because I miss them. And I haven't seen my brother or my mom since Christmas. So I get to catch up with them. And that's it. I love you. Have a great week, guys. Keep it fly out there. Weekend. Okay.